Well, welcome back to the couch.
And Merry Christmas.
I'm Des.
And I'm Jay.
And this is our How the Grinch Stole Christmas review. Coming up next.
I grew up watching this movie. It's been a few years for me, but I almost didn't have to watch it because I could just play it in my head, so I know it pretty well. But I just thought it'd be fun to talk about around Christmas time. Right from the very start, we get the Yahoo Wahoo or whatever song, so it was instant nostalgia. The Who's are down in Whoville and they're singing their Christmas songs, and we got the Grinch up on his mountain being angry and Scrooge-like. The Grinch who's kind of one of them, or maybe isn't, but he's green. I never understood if he was a Who or a cousin to a Who.
On like the 502nd viewing of this film, I finally come to the conclusion that a Grinch is actually just an unhappy authoritarian, and he never really came to the conclusion that they can just have a little happy little time over there and I can have my little angry, frustrated time over here on my hill and never the twain shall meet kind of thing. He ultimately decided that I'm just going to steal Christmas away from you because I don't like it. I think it's a good lesson for kids to learn at a young age. I never really picked up on it, unfortunately, until now, but yeah.
The Who's are out joyously singing in public. So that carries its way up to his mountain, and he's just not having it, so he hatches a plan to take Christmas away from them. And we get lots of great music.
I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole.
He's got that great deep voice.
Yeah. You know what was so cool about that, man? It's like, as a kid, I just loved the melodies. It just kind of stuck in your head. I never really paid attention to the lyrics. I guess I just didn't pay close enough attention as a kid. I was just a dummy. I caught a lot of this stuff now. But there's some pretty good lyrics in there when you actually listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, there's a lot of really fun insults that only Dr. Seuss could come up with.
You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile.
He especially hates the noise. Noise.
Yeah.
Noise.
And you know what? I don't know, man. I was like, at a certain point, like as a kid, it's like, I don't like that guy. But as an adult, I'm like, when he got to the noise part, I'm like, that guy's making a couple of good points here. I don't care for all the noise myself.
Noise.
I don't want to take Christmas away from anybody, but you can turn it down from 12 to say a 5, you know?
I think,
keep it moderate. He found himself a red curtain. And he cut out a little Santa outfit, and he dressed as Santa, and he's basically gonna literally just steal Christmas. All the presents, all the decorations, all the food, everything associated with Christmas. And this is where that authoritarian stuff in my mind kind of came in, because he didn't like steal it for himself, for him to enjoy. He just stole it so y'all couldn't have it. You're just a big meanie.
Yep. He thinks if he takes all the presents and all the physical stuff away, he gets to relish in their misery because it's going to ruin Christmas for them. Right before he heads down the mountain with poor Max trying to lead this sleigh, and poor dog.
Oh, yeah, he made him into like a de facto reindeer.
Yeah, I always felt bad about the dog.
He was loyal, wasn't he? He never gave up on the Grinch.
Yeah, he definitely was.
The whole time.
Before they go down this mountain, the Grinch is devising his plan, and there's this look where he turns to the camera and his smile just kind of curls up.
Yeah.
And my brother and I, growing up, like that was the scene, we'd pause it because it kind of creeped us out as kids, but also made us laugh hysterically at the same time. So I have to mention that moment just because for me growing up, that's like one of my go-to memories of the Grinch, is that stupid look.
So now he's going systematically from Who house to Who house, stealing all the Who presents and all the Who food and all the Who decorations.
Even taking the trees up the chimney and stuff. He's
taking everything.
I love the little shot where they draw him slithering like a snake underneath the tree. I mean, that kind of tells you exactly what his character is right there. He's a snake. Real quick intercut scene I have to mention is my other favorite little moment. He comes up to the foot of the bed and he does another one of those creepy, half funny, half scary looks. I love the visuals. Not only is the music so well done, but it's a colorful, very...
The artwork is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a Dr. Seuss book come to life in animation. I mean, it really is.
If you tilt your head slightly, it goes from lovely to kind of creepy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's kind of like right in between those two, but it works.
So he's going from house to house, but he gets caught. Cindy Lou Who catches him.
Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree?
I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here. and his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head and he got her a drink and he sent her to bed.
It made me feel like that maybe in an alternate universe, the Grinch could actually be Santa Claus. Does that make any sense?
Like an origin story.
Like an origin story, yeah. In a different universe, these are the series of events that kind of made him realize why Christmas is significant, and he turns a new leaf and becomes jolly old Saint Nick.
Yeah, I like it. So the Grinch has, everybody in Whoville's present, so he's got this sleigh like more than filled to the max. I mean, the thing's toppling over. And poor little Max is forced to bring it up the mountain, and take it away from him.
10,000 feet, too. It's not like around the corner.
Max and the Grinch do actually make it up the mountain somehow, almost all the way up the mountain. And so he's just waiting now. Grinch is kind of rubbing his hands together, waiting. He's just ecstatic, waiting to hear this misery, crying and whatnot. And instead, he hears the Who singing Christmas carols.
The sound sounded glad.
And then on that mountain, somehow in the cold, he comes to the realization that, if this is still happening, maybe Christmas is more than just the presents. And we get that great visual of his heart growing not just twice the size, but 3 times the size.
Yeah, and he gets super strength. He can kind of lift the whole presents by himself.
He becomes a superhero, and he's able, because the sled almost goes sliding down. He almost loses all the presents.
Max.
And he ends up saving them because of this superpower he gets from his new Christmas spirit. They go flying down the hill. Then he even joins in singing Christmas carols with the Who's this time. Yeah. We have a really good character arc in this 20-minute cartoon from Scrooge to Santa.
To Santa, basically. Yeah. It's a real good... one of those lessons for the kids to learn. That's like Christmas. It's more than just the superficial aspects of it. It has a much more deeper meaning. And if you go along the journey with the Grinch, you learn that.
He brought everything back, all the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. Welcome, Christmas. Bring your cheer. Welcome Christmas while we stand, heart to heart and hand in hand.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas is one of those timeless classics that I think will live on for centuries to come. If I had a young child right now, I'd love for them to take part in this kind of movie. It's got great messaging, it's got great storytelling, the artwork is fantastic. There's really no fat at all, not a whole lot to dislike. I'm not the biggest guy like when it comes to musicals or anything like that, but you gotta give credit where credit is due. The songs were great. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a great how-to handbook for the up-and-coming authoritarians out there in the world. But I wouldn't recommend that you go that route. This film, I'd have to give 4 out of 5 shiny bald heads.
I really love the music. I really love how it looks now. It looks better now than it did watching it as a kid. I was just really impressed after not seeing it for so many years, how well it stands up still. The message is still great. The 26 minutes or 22 minutes, whatever it was, just flies by when you watch it. You barely even notice it's over. It's just so fun to watch. So I think it's a first for On the Couch, but I can't help but give How the Grinch Stole Christmas a 5 out of 5 shiny bald heads.